Greetings, my name is Keisha. I'm the owner of A Way of Life. I am a career and business coach using astrology. I'm also a certified life coach, so a lot of the times I will use the general overview of astrology to talk about the energies and what possible um, things that could come up, what you can expect for whatever time period that energy has to offer you. And the reason I do that is because as a career coach, a lot of the times life happens, and these energies can kind of help you understand when and where to make decisions, why decisions may or may not have worked out for you, and really to help you plan to do better and plan better for whatever career choices you may have in your life. Um, or changes that you want to make with your career and your life. Um, I currently have 50% off all life path readings until December 15th, which is the day after this eclipse. And I also have my about over 200 horoscopes on my Patreon page. And also, I have actually, today was the official launch of my expansion of my business. So, I've recently expanded my business, and I have three tarot readers, and I'm hoping to bring on two more by the end of the year. And basically, what this line allows you to do is get readings in all areas of life. Um, they all specialize in all different kinds of readings, and you can also have access to the chat feature where you can text back and forth if you don't have the time to make a phone call. Um, and right now, due to the today being the launch day, we currently run a promotion for 5 minutes off your first 5 minutes off of any call you get from now until January 8th. That's our gift to you. We really appreciate your service, and really looking forward to this new journey. I think those are all the updates I have. I'll leave all the information in the description box below. Leave any comments if you have questions. Feel free to contact me, and I will help you in any way that I can. Um, Today, I came on here to talk about the Sagittarius new moon total solar eclipse. Um, this is the only total solar eclipse we're having this year. Um, let's see. This will be the second set of the Sagittarius eclipse. The first one we had was back in June, and again, you can find those on my Patreon, the horoscopes for those, to see where this was playing out for and my horoscopes on my Patreon page. This new moon is leading us to higher wisdom, higher and a knowledge inside of us. This is the next call to your soul, something bigger and inspiring. Jupiter rules the ninth house, and it's ruled by the planet Jupiter. This rules higher education, like universities, long distance travel, foreign countries, foreigners, religion, spirituality, moral things, ethical things. And your world view. This is a time to plant new seeds and intentions. Really be open to the energy here. Sagittarius is a very positive and uplifting energy, but there could be some exaggeration and too much of a good thing at this time, so be mindful of your thoughts. Jupiter also rules law. There could be some legal issues coming out at this time. Overall, this Sagittarius new moon total eclipse is a new direction, seen from a higher vantage point, and a new focus. So Capricorn is it's the breakdown of the old systems and structures. On December 15th, this will be in its shadow phase. Saturn and Capricorn will bring more restrictions and more control. At least there's the possibility for it. However, we will be letting go of what is no longer our truth. We're letting go of what is limiting and false. We are examining what we're learning on a soul level. Now is the time to allow new energy to come in. How have you showed up for yourself? So on the high vibration of Capricorn, even though there is going to be a strong pull in the shadow side of Capricorn, Saturn and Capricorn, but on the higher vibration of Capricorn, it is, Capricorn rules career, business, father, your father figures, or male figures in your life, authority figures, bosses. It's who you are on the world stage, like gaining some kind of responsibility and discipline in some area of your life, becoming a boss. It could be the opposite too, that maybe it is that you've had too much responsibility and now you're taking a step back and you're kind of going more inward and just kind of relaxing, and having less responsibilities and being less disciplined. That's just kind of the energy that eclipses bring in overall. They can either eclipse something into your life or eclipse something out of your life. So I want to say, because this energy has been so heavy throughout this entire year, now that all these planets are direct, haven't been in retrograde and through so many other different transits, I think now we're just at a point where we're really in the higher vibration of this Capricorn energy. So again, how have you showed up for yourself? This new dream or new boss or new responsibilities or new discipline that you've gained matured you in some way. And you've earned it, You've graduated. You've gained some self-respect here and self-integrity. And that's the gift from Capricorn. When you do the hard work it takes to be a boss, to have goals, to set goals, to be mature, to be disciplined. We've matured greatly over this year. We've had reality checks. We've had our real world change. We have understanding from a higher level with all that inner work that we've been doing, and an understanding of what we want next, an understanding of where we've changed forever. Like, we're not going back to normal, whatever that was. This came with consequences and limitations to other choices that you can make. When you're disciplined and you have a business or you have a career that you love, even, you don't have time to do certain things. You have to be to work at a certain time every day. Even if it's a business, forget being to work at 9 to 5. That's more like a 12-hour day. You don't have those same luxuries in order to be successful in business and career when you're dedicated. So we've had a lot of consequences, and we're still going to be learning all these consequences. All these new businesses that started this year definitely got a wake-up call about how much work it actually takes to own your own business. But when you step into your power and you do the work that it takes to gain that success, Capricorn gives you gifts. And so you've graduated. A lot of people and relationships are going to be left at crossroads, and that old energy with their shoulda, coulda, wouldas, while you move into this new energy, like, I've made up my mind that the old no longer works for me. And I think we're going to see this on a very grand scale. This is not just going to be around our work and career and business life. This is also going to be about government. Capricorn rules the government, old structures and systems. People are going to fight back if they try to restrict us in any kind of way. I do see The possibility for some more, what we experienced, what was that, back in April, March, when people were protesting and, fighting back, fighting for their rights, fighting for their independence, fighting for their freedom. Um, Especially with Mars having been gone direct now. So, but um, people have made up their mind that they no longer want that old lifestyle anymore. They want the new paradigm shift. What works for you? Only the new, and only if people are on the same page with you, because that's that Aquarius energy, where you're kind of finding your soul tribe and you're not accepting anything less. How can you move forward with this new responsibility? Mars is providing courage, independence, desire, and movement. And then we'll have Mars square Pluto, that has been transformed against its will, which was all the frustration that people were feeling, especially around anything that came up between June and November is all being worked out now. It's probably going to come back up. But with this air energy, it's going to be more solutions, more, problem solving than that heavier energy. But nonetheless, an issue is an issue, and these things are going to come back up over this period of time, especially while Mars is still in Aries until mid-January. So Mars square Pluto has been transformed against its will, but we've learned to slow down in our choices. We have been forced to look at what's really important. And then we have the moon trine Mars, which is stimulating us to act. It enhanced our instincts and independence. And then we're moving into the age of independence, which is something else that Aquarius rules. Knowing the difference between reacting and being impulsive is going to continue to be key for the next foreseeable future moving forward. You're going to get more new karmic cycles now, depending on how you act and how that looks and how that plays out for your life moving forward. And then we have Mercury trine Mars. This is the ability to move into a new way of thinking, looking at your beliefs and watching your thoughts. Again, your thoughts create your reality. We are going to learn about ourselves on a more spiritual level. So again, letting go of that victim mentality and understanding that we're responsible for our life. You choose what to believe. You don't listen to what everybody else is saying, and you don't do what everybody else is doing. You do what's right for you. Take responsibility for the way your life is played out. This is going to be a huge message. If you haven't gotten it already, it's going to continue to come up, to get acclimated to this more science, how the body works, how the mind works, how we project. I think I did a video on this when I first started doing astrology, talking about giving the example of how our thoughts create our reality. And the example that I use is it's being conscious, having conscious thoughts, being aware of your thoughts. And the example I used was, how when you buy a car, you've had your mind set on this car. You've been researching. You've been looking at all different kinds of things about that car, how much it costs, where you can get it, what color do you want, how do you want the inside to look. All these things that you've conjured up in your mind that you've been looking for a certain period of time. And then you start to go out and you look for that car. And you might do this for a certain amount of time before you actually buy that car. And then that moment when you buy that car, then you see that car everywhere because you consciously created that. So I use that example to say, we're going to learn ourselves in this way on a more consistent basis. Like, this is going to become the new normal. Science and spirituality are going to fuse together with this Aquarius, with this age of Aquarius energy. And We're going to begin to understand the importance of eating better, the chakra systems. If you learn the chakra systems, this is going to tell you everything you need to know about how to keep your body in alignment and why it's out of alignment. And that has to do with, again, eating better, having conscious thoughts, learning, unlearning, relearning, and being intentional with your actions, if you're learning something positive and uplifting, don't stop there. Do what it is that you're learning. Take action steps to put those things into your life every day, bit by bit, literally. The reason how I came up with the name of my business, because I probably shared this story a few times too, but when I was in college as an adult learner, I remember going to college and I could understand clearly what I was learning on every day when I was in class. It wasn't a problem, but when I got home, I couldn't remember what I had learned. I was like, what did I do today? And as adult learners, we have a lot more going on, so it's harder to hold on to, what it is you're learning. So I had to start to take the information that was important to me, what I felt excited, what I got excited about, and I had to implement those things into my everyday life in order for me to remember. I had quotes everywhere. I started buying whiteboards and just being more intentional with my education. It changed my life. And this kind of process in the same way is what we are going to begin to act upon moving forward. So this idea is now going to be about, again, how we've grown, what we want to follow. You will receive downloads about this at this time throughout this entire transit, really, but for the next 6 months, for the sake of this video talking about the Sagittarius eclipse, for the next 6 months, these things are going to start to become more clear. You're going to start to get more action oriented. You're going to want to go forward with what you're learning. And then we have Moon and Mercury conjunct the Sun. This is going to bring more ideas and new thoughts for our belief system. Our belief systems are going to change with everything that's going on. And there's going to be more changes in the world that are going to help formulate these new beliefs. This is really going to be an exciting time. I don't even think my words and summing up this video can even explain how exciting this time is going to be. But then we have Neptune square the Sun and Moon. This can bring negative thoughts, that old victim mentality, dependent on the government. No one can help me. It's everyone else's fault why I'm not succeeding. They don't teach us what we need to succeed. All those excuses that, that Neptune Piscean age provided for us, that energy that put us to sleep, that couldn't allow us to see past the lies, past how they were manipulating us, really, to believe in what they believed. That kind of energy is Neptune square the Sun and Moon. So be mindful of your thoughts. Neptune is also about assumptions, desires, understanding, old programming, distorted memories, projected fears of the unknown, illusions, and fabricated truths. You are going to go inward now. I think I did, when I was talking about all the Mars and Neptune energy, just before Mars was about to go retrograde, this Neptune and Mars kind of infused together, and it was like becoming the Buddha. Learning how to meditate and go inward to find answers, and that is truth. Right? I talked about this in the Gemini video I did. Maybe it was the Jupiter video. There's a lot going on this month. I can't quite remember which video it was. I probably said it in all, but, take your time and think before you make decisions. Sagittarius wants us to go to that higher vibration. This eclipse will provide the ability to see another dream, even if things aren't clear. We're letting go of limiting beliefs and, you know, what you thought was true for your life, the only thing you thought was possible for your life. Like that idea is changing. Um, we will have a higher perspective and beliefs that allow us to make choices based off of our soul purpose. Um, your decisions create your reality. And when you discover that, for example, when you discover a lie, you don't believe it anymore. It doesn't exist, right? This is kind of the energy that is going to happen right now. Like, I want to say something, but I'm trying not to share so much of the energy that I'm going to be doing for my webinar. But I kind of feel like something about Trump is going to come out about how he didn't make presidency. And it's something so major. And this doesn't even have to be governmental or politics or even in the world. This can just be in your everyday experience. That something is going to come out that you thought was a truth. And it's going to hit you so hard when you learn that it was never true. And it's going to change the way you thought about that thing, and even possibly the way you think about things in general for the rest of your life. That's just how powerful eclipses is. Not to mention, we have Jupiter going into Aquarius, Saturn going into Aquarius, and then we have the great conjunction coming up on the 21st. Like the energies like these, where it's so massive and all in 1 month, anything is, that kind of power, anything is possible to help you change the way you see things. The new focus is now about how much you've grown and what you want to follow. This eclipse is going to bring in new downloads on how to move forward, because love is not supposed to hurt, and to be loved doesn't mean to be in pain or to feel suffering. I don't know why, whenever I think of this type of energy, again, just going back to that Neptune, Mars energy, and you can go back and watch all my videos. I started posting a lot of clips from Karate Kid. That message stands out so clear to me, that when that young boy was so frustrated because he kept getting beat up, he didn't have the answers, he didn't know what to do, he didn't go within. But when he started working with Jackie Chan, and he showed him what he was doing and why everything in his life matters, and real karate, like how to go in and why it's important to, incorporate your education and, what you're learning in your daily life, to be respectful, to think before you react, all these kind of things that I think we're coming out of, that boy had experienced in that moment. And he showed him how to gain control, discipline over his troubles. And he said, even in his movements, he was creating his own reality, but he didn't know it. But once he showed him, he realized, oh, it's me. I have the power. The power is in me to make better choices, to fight back for myself, to teach myself, to be respectful, to have a daily routine. Again, going back to all that Capricorn stuff that I was talking about. This is the message that we've learned this year. This is truth, you don't have to believe the lie that was given to you. Okay? You can make your own, and that's real freedom. And that's what I feel like we're moving into. So before I get off on a tangent, because I can go into this so much more, I'm so passionate about topics like this. But I hope this information was helpful. Peace.